So the other day I was in a coffee shop playing around, shuffling some cards, and a guy came up to me and asked me to show me a trick. Now bear in mind, this is my deck. He hadn't touched it. He couldn't do anything with it. And he said, go through and pull out the aces for me and I'll show you something pretty magical. And I was like, okay. So went through and found my aces here for him. I didn't know what this guy had in mind, but I went ahead and took them out and said, yes, sir, I found my aces. And he said, perfect. So I want you to take them, set them on top of the deck and just cut them anywhere into the deck. I said, very good. He said, they're nice and lost. I said, yeah. And he said, let's lose them better. He said, go ahead and shuffle those aces into the deck right here. And I said, all right. I don't know what he's doing here, but we got our aces nice and shuffled in where neither one of us knew where they were at in here. And I set the deck down. Well, he studied it for a second and he reached over and he picked it up and he said, look, I cut to an ace. And he said, one more I would have missed, but I just happened to cut to an ace. I said, that's lucky. I said, that's all right. And he said, let me show you again. And he reached over. Once again, he picked up a card and said, look, I cut to another ace. And once again, I could have missed, but I didn't. And at this point, I was getting a little impressed because I'd never seen anything much like this before, all right? So I said, hey, can you do this face up? He said, sure. He just reached over, pulled it up, cut to the third ace. And by that point, I was having my mind blown. He said, you shuffle those cards, shuffle them up real good. We're gonna see if we can locate that fourth ace in here, all right? He said, go ahead and pick out any card, any one you want to. And I said, ha, it's a 4. It's not an ace, it's a 4. He said, but wait. He said, count down 4 off the top of the deck. And I said, 1, 2, 3. And that fourth card just happened to be the ace. He said, that's the ace's slick. And he walked right out of the coffee shop. I don't know how he did the trick. Maybe one day I'll figure it out, but I hope y'all like the little story. Y'all take it easy.